Alright, what's up, everybody? Hope you're doing well. I hope this finds you well. I hope you're chilling. You know I'm chilling. I'm always chilling. Old Sam likes to get his R&R, his rest and relaxation. Getting kind of tired. It's about 11:45, January 22nd. But the time is coming, guys. I'm about to turn 25, and I've wanted to start this podcast for at least 3 years. I wanted to start it when I was in community college film school and never got around to it, and started one, about 11 months ago, and was really having fun doing it with a buddy. I hope to have him on here at some point because he's one of my funniest friends. Ryan, what's up, dude? I know you're going to listen to this, and I appreciate you. But the podcast just wasn't, I don't think it was what we both wanted, and so we split it up, and it's taken me a long time to finally sit down and do this. I've gone through 2 different mixers, right? Like the first one was analog. Whoops, my bad. Ordered the wrong thing. Second one, been trying to figure it out weekly for like 6 months, and I can't figure it out. I was like, I'm not going to make the same mistake and buy a bad one, so I bought the best one possible, but there's like 1,000 buttons and knobs and switches and doodads and whoozits and Dr. Seuss words, and it's very confusing. And I know what you're thinking. You're like, Sam, obviously you figured out how to use your mixer because you're recording this dope podcast right now. No, not true. I'm just talking at my computer. This is in GarageBand. I don't think the quality is going to be what you guys deserve, but honestly, I don't know if anybody's actually listening, so it's exactly what you deserve. Nobody. Gotcha. But that was so stupid. I could probably cut this out. But yeah, anyway, starting the podcast was one of my New Year's resolutions, and I wish that I would have gotten to my resolutions on January 1st, like the average person who does resolutions, but I'm not average. I am shockingly below average. So, resolution number 1. Get closer to average, right? I wrote them down for the first time 4 days ago. 18 days into the 2018th year that the Earth has in existence, It's like, it's crazy to think it's only that old. Obviously, I know it's older than that because there's no way that it's as that'd be too convenient that the Earth was just as old as calendars have as old as long as calendars have been being made. I don't know. But I did. I delivered pizzas, if you don't know. I delivered some hot, tasty pies to a bank the other day, and it was like this, it was a U.S. bank, but it was like an Asian, some sort of Asian combined, I don't know. I think it's just an area where a lot of Asians live, so they made it, it was super cool and like very Asian decorations inside, and I'm saying Asian 1,000 times, but it was bizarre. But anyway, the lady gave me a $5 tip, and it's like, thank you, Breesh. And then she was like, do you want a calendar? And that might have sounded like a really, really bad Asian impression, but it was just a really, really bad Minnesotan lady. And so she gave me this calendar, right? And it really, really got me thinking, like, man, the days are flying. And if I don't hold a photo shoot within the next 3 months and get a custom calendar made with my picture and all of them, then it's going to be the 5th year in a row that I put it off to the last minute, and I won't be able to give my parents custom Samuel calendars for Christmas. And I think they want it. I don't know if they deserve it, but I think it'd be a really funny Christmas present, and that's the reason for the season, right? Give people goofy gifts that will make you laugh. I don't know. I'm probably pretty selfish in that, but I hope I get this released on my birthday. But it's been a pretty busy week. I like for my birthday to be a big ordeal, and I don't know. Maybe that's narcissistic of me, as I say, talking into my computer alone in my room, recording the 6th take of a podcast that I'm assuming millions of people are going to download within minutes of its release on the internet. Oh man, what was I just talking about? Me, obviously. I was talking about me and celebrating me, and it's not like, don't quit your job. Don't. I mean, I got a couple roommates to take like a couple days off of work so they could have fun, but you don't have to worship me, is what I'm saying. But birthdays are important. It's not a national holiday, but maybe with Donald Trump he'll say all birthdays are national holidays and no one has to go to school anymore. Anyway, I don't know. You don't have to worship me. You just appreciate me. I think that's what it's about. I don't know. Maybe I just need that. I just need that sweet validation, baby. But I'm doing my best this year to make this birthday like the best one I've had, and Friday night, like I had this resolution to like try going on a date, because I have never dated a lot in my life, so I took a girl on a date and we went to a play and we got drinks afterwards, and I think it went pretty well. We're gonna go out again. I was very happy with it, but I was even more happy with the play that I saw, because it was this play called The Rhinoceros. It's written by this dude Eugene Ionesco. I'm probably butchering his name, but it's so cool. I'm not going to get into it, but like Theater in the Round in Minneapolis, you guys put on a great show. It's an absurd tale. I think it's an allegory or metaphor or something about like the Nazis and how they kind of took over and like changed other people into Nazis, and in the play like all these people just change into rhinoceri. I don't know. That's probably how Eugene Ionesco says it. Eugene Lord, or I butchered it. I was trying to say Eugene and rhinoceros, so I'm just gonna stop saying it. But yeah, I love the play. I really enjoyed the time with the special lady who got to enjoy an evening with yours truly. And unfortunately, the next day, I guess 2 days later, the Vikings lost. Yeah, I'm a Minnesota boy. I'm a South Dakota boy, but I live in Minnesota. I have for 5 or 6 years. Honestly, I don't care about the Vikings. I'm a Lions fan, but it was really fun, like, rooting for the home team. The Super Bowl is going to be here. It was heartbreaking to see them lose. But, with that being said, Sunday night brought us to Monday, which is where I'm at. This is what I'm doing now. It's Monday night. I'm recording a podcast. I think I'm going to record every Monday night, hopefully releasing on Wednesdays. So tonight we just kicked it. It was a chill night. I tried getting a gym membership. That was another one of my New York resolutions, if you will. I don't know why you would, because it's dumb. Nothing's a New York resolution other than the resolutions made in New York or by New York. Dumb. So, yeah, I want to lose some of this baby weight, right? Like I've had this just debilitating issue where ever since I was a baby, ever since I was crapped out into this world, into this great vast universe, I've been gaining weight. And I don't want to be, but I haven't ever really like cared. And so I think it's time. I think 2018 is the year that apathetic Sam takes the backseat, and Sam, who cares just a little bit, just wants to be a little bit more average and less average, you know. Yeah, so I went in. I was like, yo, can I get a Memby? Can I get that sweet ship? That YMCA membership? And this is a gym, by the way. It's not the song. Like, I don't know if anybody was thinking that, but there's obviously no way I went into a song today. That would be bizarre. What is this, a musical? I'm glad my life isn't a musical. That'd be so dumb. Everybody's singing all the time, and it's all that like talk singing. And maybe if Kristen Bell played every character in the real world, a musical would be fine. But I don't. That might also just be overbearing. I don't know. Anyway, Couldn't get the membership today. Gonna go back in on Wednesday when I have some free time, and I'm gonna get that all sorted out. And yeah, you guys will be with me on that journey. Hopefully, it leads to a better life, a healthier life, and a life where I care about things a little bit more. Like putting out the best pod, baby. Best pod possible. But that's clearly not what I care about right now. Anyway, Wednesday night, celebrate my actual birthday. This is what I'm most excited for. Maybe ever in my life. I get to go see Rory Scovel live, do stand-up. I'm going with like 3 of my buddies who just love stand-up as much as me, and Rory Scovel is the funniest dude around, I swear. Check him out. He didn't sponsor this. I don't know why he would have. We've never talked. But maybe someday he'll be like, hey Sam, maybe I could throw you a $5 and you could drop a line on my special. That's not what he sounds like, but I'm terrible at impressions. You guys will learn that. And maybe I'll get better. Probably not, though. I don't know. Anyway, that'll be a fun night. Hopefully full of laughs. I think that's what you should be looking for in life, is to laugh as much as possible. It's a philosophy I have. I love to laugh. I think you should laugh as little as possible, like at people in a malicious sense. But that's just my little PSA to not be seriously mean to people. Like, you can still, my roommate Nick, he's the worst. But I can say that because I love him. You know, and Mike, my buddy, my roommate, he's the worst. I love him. All my roommates are the worst. Love them all. Get that out of the way. But yeah, laugh as much as possible. Just don't be cruel. But the next night, I get to bought tickets to see one of my favorite bands. I've loved them for probably 7 years now. They were coming up out of Minnesota. I just learned today that the genre they consider themselves is Midwest emo revival. Myrrh. I don't think they say myrrh, but it makes me go myrrh because it's, I don't know. Great music, stupid genre. I think subgenres are dumb. I think there's 4 genres, right? There's country, there's rock and roll, which is my favorite, obviously. There's rap, which it's rap and hip hop or shut up. It's all, there's that type of music, and then there's what else? Classical? I don't know. Maybe there's more, but you don't need to get into the super sub genres, you know? There's 9,000 different kinds of metal, you know? Not to mention all the genres of the music genre metal, you know? There's iron, there's nickel, there's steel, you know? I could name more, but that's not what this isn't a podcast about metal. Hard cold metal? No. It's about my cold, hard heart. Hard. I don't know. But the show's going to be sweet. Tiny moving parts. Super, super unique music. Check them out if you want. Again, they're not sponsoring this, but I think, boy, oh man, I hope to someday have guests on, and they would be a dream guest. They seem like just the funnest dudes. Friday night, we are just going to chill night, just soak in some movies, you know, that's I think that's what I'll need after a long week of, going out and going to all these events, so, but Saturday night, I'm going to host this little game night, and it's, I'm calling it the Saturday Night Super Fight Soup Night, right? It's stupid, and it's tough to say, and I've stopped recording this podcast probably 8 times because I've butchered saying Saturday Night Super Fight Soup Night. I almost did it there, but I have it written down in front of me, and so I'm not messing up anymore. But what's more important is that I'm not going to try and say it again because I will probably mess up again. So anyway, having some buddies over, hopefully I don't know, decent, 12 people or something, and we're going to play this game called Super Fight, which is where you draw character cards and attribute cards, and then you create a character with this set attribute, and then you have to debate around all the other characters who would win in a fight, and it's a bonkers good time. I absolutely love it, and I cannot wait to play it with all of my favorite people. But what we're also doing that night is I'm going to whip up just a crap load of soup, right? Like, shouldn't talk about crap and soup in the same sentence, but a buttload of soup, a boatload of soup. Wouldn't that be crazy? There's a boat full of soup, and it's like, shouldn't the boat be sailing in the soup? What's the deal with that? What's the deal with that stupid content Sam keeps rambling about? But I don't know. It started as like, it works, soup night, super fight. It makes sense because they rhyme, and then I started thinking about soup as like how I see it, and like it's a great food, right? It's like when fall hits, I'm like, I'm having soup twice a week, baby. I'm trying every can. I'm trying to make my own. I'm buying that weird soup that like comes in powder. I don't know. There's tons of soups, right? So I'm gonna make a ton of soup because I think it's kind of a funny food to have. It's not as funny in the winter because like people are cold and they love soup, as I just rambled about, but I think it would be really funny to if like this Saturday ended up being the hottest day of the year, which would be crazy, and we'd probably all be dead because of that crazy shift in temperature. But hypothetically, it's hot. You're parched. You're headed over to my house to old Sam's to play some super fight, and you're walking. You're sweating. Your mouth is as dry as the Mojave Desert. I gotta really stop doing voices or start doing them more in practice. But anyway, you get to my house and you're like, bro, Sam, dog, brother, homie, I am parched. What you got to drink? And I'm like, well, I didn't have any money to get beverages, but I did have just enough to make 6 pots of soup. Okay, there's 3 on the stove because we only have 3 burners on our stove because one of them disappeared. Because somebody, I'm not saying anybody, he's one of the worst people. It's one of my roommates. Put a hot pad on a hot burner and a little bit of a fire, a lot of bit of smoke, and a lot of bit of smell. So we only have 3 burners. But anyway, otherwise there'd be 7 soups. So I've got 3 soups on the burner. I've got 3 different crock pots, all just tons of soup. I've got bisques. I've got chowder. I've got a couple cream based, some cheese soup. You ever have cheese soup? It's got other stuff in it, but I'll only tell you about the cheese. But like, you show up at my house and he's like, "What do you have to drink?" And I'm like, "I got soup." But you have to drink it, right? Because it's a food you drink. It's not the only food you drink, I guess. Kind of. No, I don't know. Smoothies, you ever think about those? Because it's like, it's food that's all ground up, but you definitely drink it. Like it's definitely more of a beverage than soup, but I feel like it's more food than soup as well. Oh man, I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight. I'm going to be trying to figure out what is more nutritional for you. Not nutritional, but what is more food? You know, is it a smoothie that's made out of fruits and veggies and ice and yogurt? You know, because those are all foods, except for, you know, sand. Like ice isn't fruit or food, but most of them were. But soup, it's like, well, it's a lot of liquid, and it's got your you can have fruits if you want. That's crazy. But you can have your veggies and your meats and whatever, what have you. But it comes down to it, like, you drink a smoothie and you eat soup, right? I don't know, man. I don't think it matters. But that's another New Year's resolution. I gotta say, it doesn't matter less. You know, like I'm always like, I don't care. It doesn't matter. I've taken this very carefree attitude towards life, and I don't think it's the best attitude to have, right? So I'm trying to say, nothing matters. You know, the general idea that everything is infinite and nothing we do makes a difference. Because I hope it does. Oh, I hope it does. Anyway, Sunday night on my birthday week, my My roommate Gus, my homie, got me low key. He's getting me into professional wrestling. And it's like, it's kind of funny because he's like, we don't watch WWE, we watch NXT. And it's like, these are all acronyms I don't know. So what the heck are we watching? So we watch NXT. I think it's less commercial, and the people are less like, I don't know, the wrestlers are just better. I don't know. Gus will tell you all about it. I'm going to have him on, hopefully for a podcast. We'll talk all about wrestling. I think it'd be pretty cool. But yeah, that's just kind of my week. I hope this was all right. I think this is the best one I've done, and I'm gonna try and do them longer in the future and have them better. But this is the first try. I told you all about the equipment I couldn't figure out, so I was trying to make this one the best it can be, and I think that's what it is right now. So I'm gonna cut it off real quick. I'm going to drop a couple links to the things I mentioned, Rory and Tiny Moving Parts, and maybe a link to the script for the Rhinoceros if you find yourself interested in reading a play from from 180 years ago. Not 180, but like maybe 80. I don't really know when it came out, I guess. I promise I'll research more. I promise this will get better. But for now, enjoy your evening. Your morning, your commute, your cereal, your shower, your weird fetishization of listening to dumb people like myself ramble on and on and on and on and on. But yeah, I will definitely do this again, and I will catch you later.